Well, why don't we go ahead and get started?
Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first?
Not at all.
Thanks very much. Put some cherries in that. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well.
Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside.
Can you hold this for a second?
Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle.
I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk, and then... Speaking of that, where is the teacher? Oh, it's a club, never mind.
Yeah.
I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk, and then we'll go get some water.
Sorry, I was drinking water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical.
Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks. I'll be right back.
I might as well walk with you.
Yeah? Why not? Shall we go then?
Yeah, sure. And maybe they'll help me work out this water in my body.
Where are you two off to?
Yuri was going to make some tea, so I suddenly realized how weird it sounds to explain this to Monika. We're just filling the water pitcher.
Ah, okay. Sorry, I was just a bit curious.
And nosy.
That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it?
That's...
Monika, please mind your own business for once.
Oh.
Shots fired.
And...
Or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping involve Carl in club activities?
My mouth games.
I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Then let's go, Carl. You just got stamped. Like, that's mine.
Yuri quickly exits the room and I follow. Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall.
I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that?
Yuri.
I just... Something about the way she said that. It made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me?
No, Yuri. I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but... It's also not right for Monika to judge people like that.
Carl, how come even when I do something bad, you're being so nice to me?
Because nothing that you do is bad. Nothing that you do is as bad as you make it seem in your head. That's a sentence right there. Definitely.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Nobody's perfect. We have emotions, and we can't always hide them away. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain into a shower into a hurricane.
I might have to play the Switch now. No. Wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that?
Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that?
Friend? You say?
Yuri lifts her head.
Carl? I really like being friends with you.
Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you, too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that. But I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway.
Yeah. Shall we go?
Yeah. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom.
Carl, do you like oolong tea?
Yeah. Anything is fine.
Very well.
Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees.
Ooh, nice and hot. Now it's time to get the teapot.
You really do this properly, don't you?
Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others.
Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything?
I don't know. In that case, you'll only be even more impressed.
Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now.
Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not... Oh, gosh. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around, anyway.
Wow, I didn't even look at the screen when I vocalized that.
It's just a whole different context how you said it.
Yeah, that's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You know, I'm kind of hoping that whole she set the tea to 200 degrees is a bit of foreshadowing, like she gets mad and throws a boiling tea on someone, just because something needs to happen. For God's sake!
Okay. Carl, you're always worrying about me, Carl. Sorry, I said that backwards. I'm like Yoda. It's very endearing.
Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this.
That's how you really feel, isn't it?
I just want it to be done. I watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us.
Carl, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today?
Why is that?
It's a little easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk.
Sorry, I didn't realize.
No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it.
Is that so? Wonder why that is.
It's most likely because my
boob joke. Your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading?
Yes! I have terrible reading posture, so that's why we should sit on the floor.
Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book.
Oh, you're gonna sit and cuddle on again like last time?
Yeah, but once again, it's going to be another long, fucking strung out section with absolutely no gameplay. Like,
you never know.
I retrieve the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well.
You smooth man.
Yeah, no, smooth man in this game. Like, it's a bag of small chocolate candies that I kept hidden from Sayori's candy radar.
Even more smooth. Smooth criminal.
I take it, since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. And now I will continue to describe this for the next half hour. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book.
Yeah, I told you.
Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other.
Ooh la la. Ha ha ha. I can't see too well.
Yuri slides closer until her shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri is always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Exclamation point.
Your teacup.
Yuri hands me my teacup. I accidentally spill it in my lap. Holding it with my hand, that's not holding the book. I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't actually accidentally touch her chest.
Actually?
Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing.
She wants you to touch it.
Yeah, probably. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading.
Like right now? ...
After a few minutes, I finally managed to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumbled with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper.
You called it, dude. You're reading a lot.
You can have as much as you want.
That's okay. I won't take any.
Yeah, are you sure?
Well, if I touch it, then I might get smudges on the pages.
You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad.
My bad. No need to apologize. Excuse me. I'll hold the book, okay?
Are you sure?
Of course. Oh, they changed the background.
Yeah, they actually... This is one of the important art bits. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg.
Ooh.
Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate and hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if this situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here.
Uh-oh.
I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth.
Dang.
But see,
Go ahead and say it.
Well, I hate to critique an indie game, but it would have been nice to actually see that moment play out. Instead of just a screen transition and now she has chocolate in her mouth. But
I feel you, bro.
Yeah.
She closed her lips over it.
That's what I said already. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks.
Did I just...
Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened.
Carl?
So sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that.
Well, you were just helping. That's something that friends do, right?
Friends? I mean...
that went with it, sadly.
Not really in this kind of context, but...
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all it was.
Yeah. Then... you don't need to stop or anything.
I see. The situation has gotten really tense. And when you need text to say the situation has gotten really tense, maybe you need to rethink your writing style. Yuri tries to return to the book. But I can tell just by her expression that even she can't focus.
It's hard.
My heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers and grudgingly describe how this plays out. But this time, Yuri's eyes meet mine.
Lock. And then there's a face right here.
Hey, they actually moved something, so...
Oh,
anyway.
and she's crying, or just
that's
sweat. I know, I know.
How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze.
Oh.
I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. I raise my arm and accidentally poke her in the eye with the chocolate. Like before Yuri parts her lips, I think that was
I know, but you said poke in the eye, so I just went with it. Sorry guys, we're just having fun with this, you know.
Yeah, we have to do some to maintain our sanity. But it's different hold on. I read that wrong. I read with wrong emphasis because I didn't give the proper time to the ellipses. It's actually but. It's different this time.
You put the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable.
Well, I read it in a way that might have been a little more interesting. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth.
Again?
I feel her hot breath on my fingers.
Ooh. Okay, everyone.
Thank God. What? Yuri jolts back.
It's time to share poems. Carl, you can help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, thanks.
The spell is abruptly broken.
Dang. I'll take care of the cups.
Yeah.